Everyone was like, no, people are going to be mad. We're going to get into fights. And so we said, okay, we have to find a fair way to judge. So we said, okay, in that time, there were different types of B-boys. There were the foundation B-boys. And they were like, you guys are all whack. You ain't B-boys because you ain't got no foundation. And then we said, yo, you're whack. You're trying to break like New York. You're not original. And then these other B-boys were like, what you guys do are easy. You can't do power. So we were fighting with each other, literally, sometimes really fighting, right? But what we did is we said, hey, let's get one judge who does all the crazy stuff, and he will judge who does the crazier stuff. Another judge is gonna judge foundation, and all he has to say is who had better foundation. And then the third judge is gonna judge who was more original. And that's how the whole movement started of being fair, right? One judge to represent each way of thinking, right? And so what we did is we used this way of thinking to create this ultimate battle strategy. So, with that said, welcome to the Fates battle strategy. You guys gonna sit down. If you guys can sit down, if you can see the screen, it's better. If you want to come up over here too to see if anyone needs to come up closer, it's better to look over here, okay? A theory called the Fates theory. What that means is that if you understand fates, you can change the fate of the outcome of the battle, not just leaving it up to chance. Okay? So you need to know first what the judge is looking at. And now there are only 5 different types of judges. Okay? A good judge can look at all of these, but most likely, according to their experience, they're going to have more weight to 1 or 2 or maybe 3 of them. Okay? But we don't know what they're looking at. You don't really know, right? But if you cover these 5 things, you're covering everything. The goal is to not give the judge a reason to make you lose. Okay? If you can give them no reason to make you lose, then you have a higher chance of winning, right? But if you give them one reason to make you lose, especially if they want you to lose, they're going to say, oh, well, it's because you didn't do this. They can choose that, right? So, okay, let's begin. So the first one is the letter F. Okay, F represents the foundation or fundamentals of breaking. Okay, so certain judges, they have a weight for this, but the question is, what is fundamentals? What is foundation? Now, I told a story. I'm not going to repeat the story, but I had to go on a journey to find out what it means to be a B-boy. Why? Because there were people back in the day who said, I'm not a B-boy, and I said, so I don't care. I'll still smoke you. Right? That was my attitude. Until I was invited to Rock City Anniversary, which was the BC one of the past, the biggest one-on-one. And they took us backstage and said, the reason why we invited you is because you're real B-boys. And I was like, what? I thought I'm not a B-boy. Now my heroes are telling me I'm a B-boy, so I need to find out what that means. So I talked to all the OGs from all over, and one thing that you'll notice is they all say, I created breaking, I did this, I did that, right? They all do that. But if you get past that and you see what they're talking about, there are just 3 major things that they all agree upon. Okay? 3 things. Okay? The first thing of the foundation, you know what a foundation means? The foundation of a house, right? I'm talking about foundation of B-boy, foundation of breaking. They all agree that the footing, the bottom of the foundation, meaning you have to build your foundation on top of this or else the foundation will sink. The base of foundation is what you call the B-boy flavor, or the breaking flavor, the B-boy flavor, which means confidence, okay? I talked about this last time. Confidence is everything, right? So you actually need to practice that, okay? And if we get past this, we're gonna go to different drills to help you practice it, okay? So this is the base. B-boy flavor or confidence. Straight confidence, the way you walk, the way you look, that's the most important. The moment, if you have confidence, and then all of a sudden, your face changes, everyone, you lost, okay? That they're gonna say you lost. So that's really important. I actually saw this in the battles the last few days. Some people were just losing their confidence, okay? Keep that confidence the whole time. Now the next thing, the second thing, that's really important, they all agree on, is that it's about the music, or the approach to the music. how you dance to the music. Can everyone agree with that? Okay, but the difference is they don't agree on how to dance to the music. They don't agree, okay? So the first way, we're gonna call it the Brooklyn style, okay? The Brooklyn style is like, they came from like Brooklyn, obviously, but they have a lot of Italian, right, like heritage. So when they talk, they're very animated. They talk with their hands. So they're like, hey, Tony, you're in the buggy spot. Like, you know, that's the way they are naturally. So when they dance, they're like, bah, right? That's where that style came from, okay? And they're very hitting the beat. Boom, pa, boom, boom, pa, boom, pa, boom, boom, pa, okay? But the second style is the Bronx style, okay? Or the Bronx flavor, okay? Now they're all fire, so the beat is boom, pa, boom, boom, pa. They're like, boom, pa, boom, pa. Like they have like this energy, okay? Which one's the better style? Very sharp to the beat, or just funky and lots of energy? Which one's better? Oh, yes, it's up to you. It's your choice, your flavor, it's what comes from you, what speaks to your heart. But the third way is the Queen style, okay, or the Latin rock. So there's the Brooklyn rock, the Bronx rock, and the Queens rock, or Latin rock, okay? And that's the suave and the finesse and everything's smooth, okay? So they all agree it's about dancing, but it's up to you. So which one are you? Do you have the Brooklyn sharp to the music beat, or are you funky with energy like the Bronx style, or are you smooth and flow with the Queens? And not just that, do you also have the flavor, the confidence, okay? You have to ask yourself, do you have this or do you not? If you have this, your foundation is good. But most people, they're in the middle. They don't have the Brooklyn, they don't have the Bronx, and they don't have the Queens. When they dance, that means their foundation is. Does that make sense? So it's up to you how you want to dance, okay? And the last thing, they all agree on the formula, the B-boy formula, or the breaking formula, which is you have to dance on top, you have to dance on the floor, and you have to freeze, okay? Is that simple? That's easy. No, just dance on the floor, and freeze. And you do it with one of these three styles, at least one, and you have the confidence. And that is foundation. Okay, does that make sense? That's what you build your house on. Okay? So that's just foundation itself. So a foundation judge, they're looking for how you freestyle to the music, right? They're like, if you're funky, or if you're sharp, or if you're smooth, that's all they're looking for. And if you are, they're gonna choose you. Okay? A foundation-minded judge that's biased for foundation, they're looking for how well you dance and how much you have faith. Okay, good. Next, I'm talking fast because I want to get through as much as I can. Is that okay, guys? Yes. The second judge, very important judge, is the 90s B-boys. Okay? A lot of 90s B-boys are all about the A, which is, what is A? It's the art. Okay? Originality, creativity. They want to see something new, something that's yours. They don't want to see that you're copying another style. They want to see that's your style, your moves, your concepts, okay? So it's about art. Now the question, in art, okay, what is better? If someone paints a beautiful portrait of the Mona Lisa that's never seen before, or somebody makes some abstract kind of painting or whatever, which one is more creative? Which one's more creative?
This side. Right side, right side.
Okay. So the question is, which one is more creative? Right? Creative. The truth is, creativity, that's not how you judge creativity. Two pieces doesn't make creative. Any B-boy can make one super creative move. Just one. Does that make that person creative? You only need one. So creativity, artistic, is judged by how many things you make. Quantity. You guys know quantity? Quantity means a lot. You make lots of things, okay? Creativity equals quantity. My wife's an artist, and she told me that the way that people value artists, okay, is how many paintings they make. Right? If somebody makes only 3 paintings, they will never. That's not going to be worth anything. But the best artists make thousands of paintings. That's how they become so famous, and that's why the paintings are worth millions. Okay, because they have so many. Okay. All right. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
The art is judged by how much you make, right? How many things you make. So it's a race to make as much as you can. Next one, the next judge. Now this judge is that judge that wears the elbow pads, you know what I mean? Like the crazy power, blow up guys, okay? That's the T for technique, okay? Technique or dynamics or blow-ups, all the crazy stuff like whatever, right? This is the third way, the third type of judge. Usually the audience, they look at this, right? The audience that doesn't know anything about breaking, that's the only thing that matters to them because it's the most popular, most dynamic, okay? So basically it's about difficulty, right? Everyone wants to say, oh, that was so difficult, that was so amazing, right? But the question is, what makes something more difficult than the other person, okay? Right? So difficulty is about these 7 qualities, okay? We call them the 7 dynamic qualities. It's like a superpower. And each one of you has a special power that you probably have, right? But I'm going to name the 7 that are dynamic qualities that if you possess one of them, you need to go all the way with this quality, okay? It's your special power. It's a thing that other people can't do. Now, if you don't have one of those 7, it can be something else. It can be the way you create. It could be a special power. Musicality could be a special power. Attitude could be a special power. But this is for the 7 dynamic qualities, okay? The first one, I'm going to name the first one and you tell me who you think of automatically. The first one is strength. Who do you think about when you think strength? Junior, right? When you see Junior, you're like, wow, look at that! Right? It's crazy. Second one. Who do you think about when you think speed? Pocket, sugar kicks super fast, right? That's why he has this special power. You automatically think of him when someone says speed. Okay, next one. Balance. Little G, who else? Physics, right? When you see him play, you're just like, yo, that's crazy, right? Special power. Fourth one. Explosive energy, like Little Zoo, I hear a lot. Dengi, yeah? Okay, good. You guys do know what we're talking about. Good, we're speaking the same language. Great. Okay? Number 5. Flexibility. Cherito, good, right? People who have crazy flexibility. Yeah, great. Okay, number 6. Something that's dangerous. Double backflips, good. What else? Gravity, yes. Anything that's dangerous, like on the elbow tip, hopping, drop on the head. Saddle, yes. If you have something that's dangerous, you know, what's his name again? He has 2 hearts and white, Little Album. He has crazy stuff that you're like, oh, right? That's a special power, okay? And the last one, I would say it's called something magical. Where when they do something, you're like, how did they do that? What was that? Okay, that's another dynamic quality. On the air, yeah. Extra points because it said Dizzy. Here you go. Alright. Okay. So everyone got that, right? Foundation, artistry, technique. These are the major elements, right, that are important, right? It's important for our culture. It's important for our dance. Now there's another type of judge. This was actually the last one. And this judge, they look at one thing. E for? Execution. Okay? Execution, meaning perfection, okay? Execution, what does that mean? That means how perfect are you? Some judges, They don't even know what they're looking at, so they only look at this. If you make a mistake, they make you lose. There's a lot of judges that are like this. I'm not saying that's a good judge, but it is a type of person that is judging today in many competitions around the world, okay? So, execution is about perfection, but it's not just only your moves. You don't have to just only execute your move, but you also have to execute a clean style. Your style needs to be clean, right? So just because you didn't crash, but if you have some really ugly style and the form is not good, okay? Another thing that you have to execute that some judges look at, a lot of judges look at this, is a rhythm. You gotta be in rhythm with the music. If you fall out of the rhythm, they're gonna say, oh, that's a mess, right? So some judges look at this for execution. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, keep a rhythm. Clean style. Hit your moves. Number 4, you also have to execute your confidence. Okay? It doesn't matter how great your style is, you get up and you're like, I saw that so much yesterday, and I was like, I thought what this person did was great, but they get up and they're like this, right? Like, not good, okay? You have to fight it. It doesn't matter if you did good or not. Get up like solid. Walk out after the battle, be like, right? But not during the battle. Now, I'm going to tell you a quick story. Me and 7 Commandos, we battled. My last major battle was freestyle session. And we battled a crew from Unstoppable, a crew called Unstoppable. I actually thought they beat us, to be honest, right? Like, you know, because they did, just the way the battle went. But and I saw Hong Tango, and I saw different. So what I did is I stood in the front, and I was like, at the end of the battle, I was like, yeah, really confident, like, yeah, pointing at the judge. In the end, half the judges pointed to us, and we won. And I was like, woo, right there. You know what I mean? Just because of my confidence. But if I was there, like, you could have lost. Okay? There's one more thing that needs to be executed, and it's very, very important. Okay? No repeats, right? So if I go out in a battle and I'm perfect execution, I hit this phrase, bah! And you got perfect execution. And then next round I come out and I go, bah! Again. Does that count? Doesn't count, right? Doesn't count. So you have to execute all your moves, you have to hit your move. Your style needs to be clean, with rhythm in the music, very good confidence, and something new every round. Is that easy? Not easy, not easy. But it's true, it's true. Okay? Now the last way of judging, the last one, is the original B-boy style, right? And it's basically, I call it the strategy element, but it's about the cypher, okay? So it's called strategy. And what this is, it's about the conversation. It's like a debate. When you're battling, can you imagine, I don't know if it happens now, but imagine 2 people are having a debate. And I'm talking about apples are the best fruit in the world. And then this guy says, yo, you know what? The sky is blue. It doesn't make sense, right? There's no conversation, right? This is what's missing from breaking. So, they're in breaking, there's only 3 major strategies. And if you're not doing these 3, there's lots of strategies, but 3 main ones. And if you're not doing one of these 3 things, you have no strategy. And you know, I saw the battle yesterday. I saw a lot more work doing any of these at all, right? But these are the 3 main strategies. I'm gonna start with, there's number 1, number 2, number 3. I'm gonna start with the lowest one, number 3. Are you guys following me so far? Good. Number 3, we call it to serve someone. You heard there's a movie called You Got Served? What does that mean, to serve somebody? What does that mean? It has actual real meaning. What does that mean? To serve someone means to do something that they can't do. They can't reply, right? So a long time ago, everybody was replying. You did swipes, I did swipes. You did windmill, I did windmill. But if that person did something that I couldn't do, I got served. Okay? So the 3rd strategy is to do something that the opponent can't do. Right? Does that make sense? Do something they can't do. Go out and say, yo, you can't do this? Can you do this? right? Let me see you do this. That helps the judges, the people to go, oh yeah, let me see, can you do this, right? Okay? Now the second strategy that's more important than that is what we call to smoke somebody or to burn somebody. Okay, what does to smoke someone mean? A lot of people say, yeah, I smoked you. But you don't even know what that means to smoke somebody. Okay? To smoke someone is actually a racing term for racing driving. Okay? When you got smoked, that means cars took off, and then you're going like this, and then one car takes off, right? And leaves the smoke, right? So what that means is that when you take what somebody does and say, yeah, I can do that too, and can you do this? And you add something more. Okay, it doesn't mean you did it better. You just do the same thing, show you can do it, and then add on top. Okay? Someone did a 90, oh, you did like 10 spins. So you do 3 spins, drop into chair, right? It's an answer. It's an answer. It doesn't, you didn't beat the 10 spins, but you said, oh, I can spin, but good. That's what you call to smoke somebody. Okay? To burn someone means someone did 10 spins, you did 20, or you did 10 elbow spins. Okay? You do this, you take exactly what they do and do it better, man, you make them look really bad if you can do that, right? We can all agree, right? If you take the person's style and do the style better than them, if you take their move, you do the move better than them, you're making them look bad, right? Okay. Now the last strategy that's more important than number 2 and number 3 is simply, if you can bust their ego, you make them lose their confidence, whether you burn them, you joke, you do anything, and then they lose their confidence, and you're like very confident and you're like partying, you look like you won, okay? So, number 1, in a competition, you want to bust their ego, make them lose their confidence. But if you're battling somebody good, they're not going to lose their ego, right? They're going to stay confident the entire time. So you go to plan number 2. Okay, whatever they do, we're going to do what they do, and we're going to show I can do that too. But if they're a good B-boy or B-girl, they're going to do the same thing back to you, and you're going to go back and forth. So then you go to number 3. Okay, well, I'm going to do something now that you can't reply. Okay? Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, with that said, in face, right? If you never want to lose every round, you need to do everything to the music, like freestyle with the music, with one of these 3 styles, with the confidence. It's got to be all your own moves with at least 1 or more of these qualities, executing all of these things in reply, in response to whatever your opponent does. That's really, really hard to do, right? Really, 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 really hard to do. How many people in the world do you think can actually do this? Just a solo B-boy. There's probably was close, yes, very close, definitely. It's really hard to do. So, what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna teach you how to do this as a crew. Is that good? Yes. Okay, so we're gonna go to part number 2. Part number 2 is about how to start preparing, how to start building the arsenal, how to get ready, right? Because you want to cover fates, you want to cover all those things, F-A-T-E-S, right? So one of the things that you have to win is originality, right? Meaning, did you ever go to a battle and you left the battle, you lost, and then you said, oh, I forgot this move, and I forgot this move, oh, I forgot to do this move. Does that happen to you? Yes, it happens to all of us. Okay, so here we go. This is what my crew, Supernaturals, did. My crew taught it to Dynamic Rockers. Dynamic Rockers became the best crew in New York, right? My crew, we taught it to a crew in the Philippines. They never got past top 16, and then they did this, they learned this, and then they won the R16 final. I mean, R16 Philippines, right? I taught it to a crew called Dream Runners. They became the only crew to ever win an international battle outside from Taiwan, right? So a lot of crews that we taught this, they're like, okay, this my favorite example is, have you guys heard of Morning of Owl? Yeah. Morning of Owl. These guys were like like they were always amazing, right? Amazing B-boys, Rocket, Issue, all these guys, and they would always lose in R16. And one of the guys came up to me and said, "Hey, what is foundation?" Right? Because we always use foundation. So I explained, and he said, "Okay, well, what is originality?" I explained, and he said, "Well, what do you think of my crew? What are we doing wrong?" And I said, "I'm going to teach you the strategy." And so I taught it to them. Their minds went, "Whoa." And then the next week, they won their first battle of the year Korea, right? And then they won another. The next day, they won Jeonju Grand Prix, the first event they won in Korea. A month later, they won Battle of the Year Korea, and they traded 1 year later. They won R16 Korea, and then that's how they got all over ever since. Okay, so they followed this very well, right? And it takes having a good leader. Anyway, so each member in your crew. This is for a crew battle. Who doesn't have a crew? You guys don't have a crew? Okay, so this can also apply to you solo-wise, right? But it also applies to, I'm going to be teaching this for a crew, okay? So, this is your arsenal. My crew, that will be me. I'm going to write my name on the top, right? And then we have my boy Puzzles. We have a B-boy Bridge, B-boy Morris, Alton, this guy J Rebel, Drops, and Lethal, okay? Everybody has their columns. And on the left, we have three categories. We have the starters. It's how you start the round. Okay, moves that are good for starting. Then we're gonna have stylers. I call them stylers. These are moves that are original, that show style, that show something new every round. Okay, stylers. And then we have something we call enders. Okay, enders are moves that have some kind of dynamics, that has like a blow up, a freeze, a trick. It's a solid way to end your round. A lot of people here, they do their strong move in the beginning, and then they freestyle, they finish with no ender. It doesn't look strong. But if you finish with something strong at the end, it's always a good way to finish a round. Okay? Because what happens is when you just freestyle, you get up and do this, and you walk out, oh, he doesn't have anything left. That's what a lot of judges are thinking. Okay? So, what are starters? Starters can be any entrance into the floor, okay? It can be a top rock combo, like a top rock set that you have, and it can be maybe some special go down or something, like an original go down. The more moves, the more ideas you put on the dance floor, the more you're going to be winning certain judges. They're going to be like, that's new, okay? And then stylers, that's like little things about flavor, okay? Like maybe little flavor moves you got. It can be mini combos, mini footwork combos. And it can be patterns, like the original patterns, not just normal 6-step, but stuff that you created, okay? And then it can be like little burns, things that aren't hard to do, but they're clever. They show style, they show originality, okay? So we have those. And then the enders are things like blow-ups, some big moves, some big trick, you know, some power move that combo, whatever you have. It can be a freeze. It can be tricks, it can be anything that's gonna blow it up, okay? So, I'm gonna write my name first, all my moves, okay? And these are all the moves that I think is ready for battle. So, for example, I have 7 good starters, that's what I have. Then I have another 7 good stylers, and the rest is freestyle. And then I have, for enders, I have about 7 really good enders, like good ones that end in really good freezes. Right? And that's what I have. I could have more, but for battles, for crew battles, I have about 7 really, I had around 7 really good ones. Now Puzzles, anybody know who Puzzles is? B-boy Puzzles? Okay? He's like a really forward guy. He changed a lot for footwork game. Okay? He has like a lot of starters, a lot. And then stylers, he's got like so many style moves. But enders, he's got like 1. Right? He doesn't have any big tricks, big moves. He only has 1. And it's the same thing for the rest of the crew. Bridge has 5. Bridge has 5 stylers, and he has about 5 good enders. But his special skill is music. His musicality is crazy. And the rest of the crew, well, let's talk about Morris. Everyone know Morris? Yeah. B-boy Morris. Okay, B-boy Morris has about 7 good starters. You know, they're all like flips. You got Steiner. Steiner doesn't have too many style moves. right? He has like a lot of more tricks. But Enders, you got like a lot of like crazy tricks. Like he has a lot. This is an example. And then Onsen, J Rebel, Drops, we fill out the rest, okay? This is really important for strategy, right? Because you want to have an inventory of all your moves. Everything that you do, you're going to say, yo, we got a lot of stuff for this battle, right? And the goal is to use every move in the battle, okay? Okay. Does this make sense? Right? So you guys will have a piece of paper and you'll write it down on paper, right? Okay.
Is that the pattern? Is the name of the moves or what?
What's that?
These are moves. Name of the moves or what?
Yeah, these are the names of the moves, right? Well, these ones are just random words, but these ones are real words, but they're just random.
Of yours?
These are really the words of the names of my moves. These ones are just like random letters. Yeah, you guys can download this. Okay, I'm gonna give you a link after. You guys can download this onto the. Yeah.
That would be great.
Okay, let's move on. Don't worry, you guys can download it. Okay, does this make sense? Does this make sense for a good way to prepare for a battle, right? Get all your moves down. And this doesn't include freestyle because you have to freestyle too, right? If you have to freestyle. Okay, next. Now we're gonna move to what we call the battle plan, okay? So that's not just the moves that you have ready. Now you have to have a plan for the battle when you're battling, okay? So here's a question, okay? Would you rather, when you're battling, somebody goes out, would you rather match them? Okay, so for example, this is what most people do. The footwork guy comes out and you say, oh, footwork guy, you go. Footwork for footwork, right? Oh, the power move person came out. Okay, power guy, go, power move. You did power move, you go, right? That's what everyone does. When you do that, what happens is their power, your power, and then you leave it up now to the judge to decide who he thought won, right? So that's really hard to win like that, right? It's all up to the judge, okay? So would you rather leave it up to the judges, match them up, or would you rather clearly kill that person's round with teamwork? Which one would you rather do? Clearly win or match up?
Clearly win.
Clearly win. Good, okay. Now some people will say, I'd rather match up. If you'd rather just match up, that's fine. This is not for you. But if you want to win, right? This is what the battle plan is about, okay? We don't want to match up. We want to definitely kill them, okay? So these are the different plays in a battle. What I mean by play is, you know, in sports, you say, okay, we're going to do play number 1, play number 3, play number 6, or, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? It's the same thing in breaking. A lot of the best crews in the world, they do this in battles. But most people don't know is that the way other people do it is they just stand there and like, okay, you go now, right? That is not a good way to battle. When we battle somebody who does that, we know we're gonna win, okay? Because we have the battle under control. So this is how it goes. The first play is this is a crew battle, is to call a solo, okay? Remember, every round, you gotta cover fates, okay? You gotta cover fates. So in our solo list, in Supernaturals, we only have a few people who do this. Bridge, Morris, and Omton, okay? Even I don't do the solo. I don't even do the solo. Why? Because I don't have the stamina. I don't think that I can hit fates in just one solo. I don't think I can do that, okay? So, we have 3 people who do that, maybe 4. Yeah, 3. The second play on the list is a big one that a lot of people don't know. Nope. Commandos. Commandos is not a routine. Commandos is actually different. I'm going to teach you that later on today, okay? So commandos, what commandos is like this. You have maybe your top rock guy, your foundation guy, you have your originality guy, and you have your power guy, right? Now the foundation guy goes out, he rocks the beat, but he didn't do anything original, just footwork, right? Then you have the originality guy, super original, but maybe he doesn't have any foundation, right? So this foundation's bad, so that's not good. And then you have the power guy, maybe he has crazy moves, but no foundation, no originality, right? Normal people will make the foundation person go out first, and then after next round, you send out the originality guy, and the third round you send out the power guy. This is not strategy. Commandos works like this. You have 3 guys in a 3-on-3. The foundation guy comes out and does just the foundation. Scores really he does what he does best. And then when he goes down, he does a little move. The originality guy comes out and it shows the original moves. Slides back, and then the dynamic guy comes in and does the crazy trick and freeze. Okay? So now you have all those things in one round. But when is the time that you find the hardest to execute? To not make a mistake? When does it happen? When you have the least chance of executing? Can anyone tell me? Tired, exactly. 2 things. 1, when you're tired. 2, when you don't know what you're going to do, right? If you don't know what you're going to do, easy to make a mistake. If you are tired, you're going to make a mistake. So in commandos, what you're doing is the foundation guy only does half a round. And then the originality guy does half a round, right? And so together, that makes 1 round, but only doing what you do best, right? That's how you have no weakness, okay? And then the next round, the originality guy will go first and do the tricks. He takes care of the dynamics, he takes care of the originality, and then he brings in the foundation, who takes care of the music and the flavor and the feeling, right? That's how you work together. That means every single person in your crew has a part to play, a very important part to play. Right now, everyone, they're forced to just kill it every round. You kill it, you kill it, you kill it. No, this is you work together and you kill it at what you do best, and we work together to win. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay? So my crew, we make lots of commandos, okay? Dizzy and puzzles, we have a commando called Duzzle. Dizzy, puzzle, together is Duzzle. And then we have a second commando where it's puzzles, commandos Dizzy. We call it Dizzy, okay? And the same thing, we make lots and lots and lots of commandos, okay? Times as many as we can, okay? Now, once we're done, 13 commandos, now we have the next one, routine. 5, 6, 7, 8. You guys know what that is, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. Da, da, da. We hate this kind of routines, right? Because it's hard to dance at the same time. You both get tired. It doesn't score a lot of points. It's not original. So we don't use it so much. We only have 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 1, 2, 3, fourth one we call blow-up routines. That's when you do things like right or left, whatever, right or left. You know what I'm talking about? Okay? We got a lot. And the last routine, the last play, it's called a nuke. Okay? The nuke means you take anything out of here, the top of the top, especially the one that's gonna, you know, is gonna blow it up. It's gonna be crazy. And my crew only has three nukes. Okay? So we have solos, commandos, 5, 6, 7, 8, globes, and nukes.
What do you
Okay?
mean by nukes?
Yes.
What do you mean by nukes?
Huh?
Yeah, that one, fourth one.
This is nukes, yeah. This is called nukes.
What is it?
Nukes are the strongest routines, the strongest rounds that you have. You take the strongest. It can be a commando, it can be a blow-up, it can be anything. Whatever you know is gonna really kill it, like, you know. And you take that and you put it into the nuke pile. That means you're keeping it for a special time. Okay, now I'm gonna explain this very carefully. Now, this is how you win. Okay? When you battle another crew and they send their weakest member, right? Then you call a solo because your solo is your best member. If your best member can't beat their weakest member, you're gonna lose for sure, right? Like, you know. So you send your strongest member to beat their weakest member. Now you're already winning. Very clearly, you're winning the battle now. Okay. So solo, you call solo against the weakest member. Now if it's their strongest member, that's what you call a commando. Because if you have 3 guys, each one with their specialty, special footwork, special original moves, special crazy tricks, if 3 guys together can't come together and beat their strongest guy, you're gonna lose no matter what, right? But 3 guys should be able to beat their strongest member, okay? So commandos are against their strongest solo. Does that make sense? Okay? So to explain, they send the weakest member, strongest member. You send the strongest member, bah! They send their strongest member, you send your commando, bah! You're always one step ahead. Okay, now if they do a commando against you, okay, one person goes, finishes a set, other person rolls in, and then they do a solo, because commando is solos. Okay, the heart of the commando is solo. Should we do a quick commando kind of drill? You guys want to work on a commando drill together? Sure. Should we do it right now and then continue, or do you want to wait until we're done? Okay, we're gonna come back to this commando thing because it's really fun. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna continue this. Now, if they do a commando against you, then you call the 5, 6, 7, 8, because the 5, 6, 7, 8 makes commandos look like crappy teamwork. Because 5, 6, 7, 8 together is more like a real routine. Now, there's another time that you do 5, 6, 7, 8s, and that's in the beginning, right? The beginning of the competition. Or if they have no routines, if the other crew you're battling has no routines, okay, guys, 5, 6, 7, 8, the whole crew comes out. Why? Because it makes the judges, it makes the people watching, the audience, they're like, oh wow, whole crew routine. What do you have? And just a solo? They're gonna think, okay, that's not an answer to that. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, now if they do a 5, 6, 7, 8 routine against you, then you call the blow-up routine. Because the blow-up routine will make the 5, 6, 7, 8 routine look boring. Okay? And if they do, anytime your opponent blows it up and the crowd goes crazy, that's when you call it nuke. Okay? The nuke is the answer. Now, come this down.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So if you are in a battle, right? And this is how we beat. And I never mentioned this. Some of you guys don't know this, but when I talk to my crew,
when I first told my crew, if they would listen to me, and we trained this for 1 year, I promised them that we're going to beat people that they never thought we're going to beat. I promised them we're going to go places they never thought we're going to go. And we're going to win competitions they never thought we're going to win. And in 1 year, after that 1 year, we started winning 90% of our battles. 90%. And that's where we won freestyle session. We won circle industry, and right, we beat the Ruggeds. We beat MCK All-Stars that had Casper. Or we won freestyle session. We beat Massive Monkeys. Like, it really made it, like, we beat Project Korea. Project Korea? That was physics, the end, and Home 10. We were able to beat them. Not because I think we're better, but because we had the strategy. Okay? We had a very, very good strategy. Okay? So, when they do a solo, right? They do a solo, it's like this level. We send our strongest guy. Bah! Smoke that guy. Then they're gonna go, oh shoot, can we send our best guy? And they go, oh yeah? Bah! Commando. Now they're gonna go make a big new team. They blow it up. Nuke! Bah! Right? Then they send a small solo. Bah! Best solo. We only do enough to clearly beat them, not wasting all our big stuff. And that's how you get so far. You save all your things. And if you do this every round, if you're doing this every round, you're gonna control the battle so much, right? That no matter what they do, it's not gonna blow it up. That if you follow this and you get to the final battle with all your nukes, you're gonna walk into the battle like this. Dead! Like, we got all our strong stuff, and you're just gonna blast them with your nukes. Pow! Pow! The best feeling in the world, okay? Does this make sense, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna go to the next. Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna give you the link. Okay. So we're gonna go now to what I call the last The last thing is, I think you guys will be good at this. And I saw you guys
I saw you guys battling yesterday, and I think you guys will be good at this, okay? This is called battle formation. I know this is a lot of high-level concepts, right? But I believe this knowledge, if you can use this knowledge, it's gonna do a lot for you and your crew, and you're gonna know what to work on, okay? Battle formation is like one of the highest level. It's like the defense of battling, okay? So let's just say this is the stage. You're battling in a big stage, okay? Giant stage, that's the stage, and let's just say the event is BC1 Camp India, okay? You have your 4-on-4, let's just say it's an 8-on-8 next year, okay? 8-on-8. So you have your opponents come up onto the stage, they look like that, okay? They all come up, and then you're gonna have their first guy go in, and he comes in and he's like breaking on the floor, okay? It looks something like this. How you stand really matters in the competition. It really, really matters a lot, okay? You're gonna see like some of the best crews like MZK, like when Alien S is battling, he has a certain position where he stands. He's probably one of the best general there is. Actually, the reason why we were able to beat them in freestyle session is because he wasn't there to be the general. Which takes me to the first thing. The person who stands in the middle is the general, okay? You're gonna put your general of your crew dead smack in the middle, right? Because they're the ones who are making the calls, okay? He's called the general. What does he do? The general, all the general has to do is watch. Now, he doesn't have to be the best member of your crew. He just has to be the one with the most experience, okay? The one who's been breaking probably the longest. That is not gonna freak out. It's not like, what are we gonna do next? What are we gonna do next? Not like that, okay? All he's gonna do is say, routine, 5, 6, 7, 8, solo, commando. That's all he has to do is call the play, right? He calls the play, it's ready to go, okay? So solo, commando, 5, 6, 7, 8, blow up routine, nuke. The next person beside him is what we call the captain, okay? The captain should stand beside the general. What does the captain do, okay? The captain is the person that has the list of all the routines, okay? The person who doesn't forget. So for me, I'm the general of my crew. But when I battle, I can't remember anything, right? I'm just like, I just know that we gotta kill it, but I can't remember. But the member of my crew, he doesn't forget anything. So when I say routine, he knows to say which one. Okay, we're gonna do this routine. Okay, thanks. That's the way it works, okay? So that way we can concentrate when we're dancing, but we can also share the responsibility, the load, okay? So the captain, all he has to do is he's in charge of saying which routine, but just the 5, 6, 7, 8 lobes and nukes. The next one, he's called the reserve, but we'll talk about him later, okay? Now, this is a special one. You guys will be good at this. We have 2 guys that stand in the front, okay? These guys are very important, right? They're called the frontmen. They're like the security of the crew, okay? They're the guys that stand in the front, okay? What they do is, number one, they have a few things that they do. One, put this down.
Number one is they defend the crew, okay? They defend the crew. They're the ones that are not scared, mostly scary looking. Big guys, fired. Maybe they're the best guy in your crew, or maybe the biggest, strongest guy. You have them in front, it makes it very intimidating when you're battling. They're like, right? If you have the nerd in the front that's like, it's so easy to go up and be like, ah, right? But if it's like the big guy, you're gonna be like, right? Like, you know what I mean? So your big guys are in the front. So first thing, they defend the crew. If another crew comes up, tries to burn, they kind of like stop. Yo, what do you, like they block the crew. Right here, right here. Like that's what they do. Okay. The second thing they do is they show crew confidence. Okay. So sometimes your member, I saw this yesterday, right? The member is like not doing good. You know that guy's gonna get up and be like, right? The confidence is not strong. So what they do is they walk up and they do the confidence for them. It shows like a strong crew unity, right? Very strong. And when you have these 2 guys with good confidence, everybody behind them has confidence too. They're behind like, yeah, right? Okay? And then, another thing they do is they hold the line, like the line of where everyone stands. When you don't have good frontmen, what happens is when everyone's not confident, they start to move back, right? They start to move back, and it looks really bad. So they hold the line, okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Okay, next up, we have two guys on the outside, right? We call them trash talkers. Shit talkers. Yeah, they talk. I saw a lot of this yesterday. It was actually really good. But you weren't doing it good. Okay? There's a better way to do it that's more effective. Okay? So you got the crew. You have your whole crew. And then then we choose two guys in our crew who really talk really good crap. Okay? They talk like they're funny, they're clever. But when they do it, if you have the crew, one person's on this side and he's kneeling down, same level as the guy breaking, right? And he's saying, oh, that's 2 times. Oh, listen to music, right? Like, you know what I mean? And then another guy on this side is on the knee. No. And so the other person, it's so hard for that person to concentrate, right? So you're getting in their head. So you really have to be a good battler to not let these people bother you, right? And sometimes what happens is when someone's talking trash, he's here talking trash, they're gonna want to burn it. And the front men get in the way, right? Like, you know what I mean? Really crazy trick, right? Another thing the trash talkers do is the trash talker doesn't just talk trash to them, but one trash talker is talking to the judges, right? Hey, that's your move. That's your move, right? No, right? He's touching, right? Right? So the judge knows because you're talking to the judge. And the other one is talking to the crowd, right? Say, yo, it's good, but not on the beats, right? Not on the beats, right? Like, you know what I mean? So so they have a very strong position. Everybody in your crew has a strong position, a very important position on the battlefield. Okay, next one. Okay, so trash talkers, they distract the b-boy, and they connect to the judge, and they connect to the crowd. Okay. Now we have another person. He's in the back. We call this person the commando commander, okay? Because when you start working together, we're gonna do a little thing. We're gonna do the drill. When you make commandos, you're gonna have a lot of commandos. It's too much for the captain to remember everything. So most crews have one person who's a little bit scared, right? Kind of like they have no confidence, they're in the back. They're like thinking, what am I gonna do, right? That's the best person for the commando commander. You put them in the back. They have a list of all the commandos, and their job is to tell who is the next commando. So if the general says, commando, then the people if I'm gonna have a commando with, say me and you have the next commando, we're in the same crew, and the commander taps me on the shoulder and goes, hey, you and him, next commando. I'm like, okay, got it, good, right? The general says, commando, I'm like, ready to go, right? I'm ready, right? There's no, who's next? What's happening next? Who's next? Is that me? No. Right? Like that's not good. So it's kind of like a gun, like a big gun. Commando is a strong gun. The commando commander gets the bullet, turns it in, we're ready to go. And all the general has to do is say, fire! Commando comes in, right? Like, you know, ready to go. Okay? So you have the list of the commandos. Oh, another thing the commando commander does is sometimes, because energy is a big part of the game, right? Your energy, right? So maybe you guys have a commando together, and I'm the commando commander. I say, okay, you two, you have the next commando. You're like, yeah, but he does a solo, and he's tired now. So I don't want this commando. If it's the next round of the commando, he's not gonna do good. So I'm gonna say, cancel the commando. Now it's you and you have the next commando, and you're like, all right, we got it. Then commando, fire! Boom, right? Ready to hit the dance floor. Yeah? Okay. So prepare the order, has the specific commandos. Okay, good. The last one is the reserve. Okay? The reserve is the person that can do everything. Okay? So when you're in the battle, and let's just say you're a trash talker, after you throw down and you're battling and you get up, you're usually tired, right? You walk to the back of the line and you kind of catch your breath. Right? The reserve goes and takes your spot. You whack, right? Whatever, right? And then when you catch your breath, you go, yo, I'm good, okay, right? So that's the way that it works. If you can battle like this, battle feels like amazing. It's like war. You know, it's like a military. You're just like, let's go. You go nuts, right? It's so much fun. And what you find yourself doing is the general will say, okay, next routine, we're gonna do head cut routine. And everyone's like, head cut? All right. And everyone kind of like rearranges. Let's go, let's go. And because you already know what you're gonna do, everyone's engaged in the battle. Like, hurry up, let's go. You're gonna get smoked, right? Like, you know, you're so ready. Okay? Does that make sense? Everyone have any questions? Okay, good. So, yeah. So that's battle formation, how to prepare. Okay, so this is the list. The website, if you go on DyzeeThreads.com, right? If you sign up on the subscribe, I'm going to email this after today. I'm going to email this presentation in PDF format, okay? DyzeeThreads.com. Good? Okay, so that's it. That's right. Now we're ready to start some of the drills. You guys down?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Let's get up.
Yeah, so the question is if you should do the same move at the same time. Don't do that. Judges don't like that. They hate that, right? The building competition, and you're standing face to face across somebody. You see this person and you say, hey, this person punched my mother in the face, right? How would you think? Are you going to think, okay, I'm going to show him my moves. I'm going to show him my dance, my style. You're not even thinking that. You're thinking, I want to knock this guy out right now. I want to kill this person. But I can't do it right now on the stage with the cops and everyone around. So I'm going to let this person know that we're going to have a little talk outside after. I'm going to let that person know with my dancing. Okay? So I'll give you an example. Right? I'm not ready for this, right? But if I'm looking at you, I'll be like, right? Like, you know, getting up strong, and then you're gonna go back and forth. Now what I'm gonna do is you have to get up and finish with a stance. The first person to get up without a stance, we're gonna cut the battle right there. That means it's done. Okay? And I'm gonna be yelling, eye contact, look at him right here, look at him right there. It's all about the energy. And you gotta get into that battle mode. You gotta find that warrior inside, and you just gotta hit the ground. No top rock. The only reason why we're doing no top rock is so you can get that feeling of what it feels like to be dead tired, but letting that anger, that fire inside of you, putting it all down on the dance floor. Okay? So you guys are gonna go first, right? I'm gonna show you guys how you have to judge this. Okay, ready? When I say 1, 2, 3, go! Go and hit the ground, eye contact, everything looking up at it. Ready? Ready?
Dyzee,
Yes.
can the front people sit? We cannot see.
Front people sit down. If you're in the front, sit down. This is like a real kind of cypher stuff. This is really how it goes. Okay? Ready? I know you guys are friends. I'm gonna be yelling myself, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! To the floor, hit down. Good. Keep your eye contact. Good. Good. Don't think, good burn. Look, keep your eye contact. Good, yeah, get up, solid, stance. Good, hit the ground, look, eye contact. Look up. Keep going, yeah, that's right. Burn, yeah. Huh? So, hit the ground, right to the ground. Looking up, keep your eyes on contact. Yes, that's right. Boom, shoot in the face. That's right. Turn around, keep your eye contact. Go get it. Good. Hit it right to the ground. Go on. Keep eye contact. Good, fire, yeah, all fire. Yeah, don't let him get you. Don't let him see the no confidence. Good. Boom, bow. Good. Okay? You see, that's what it's about, right? When it's time in breaking, another person's like chill and they have no confidence, you turn it on. What you're doing is you're letting the fire out, and then you're controlling that fire, okay? You learn to control the fire, but you can't control the fire until you let that fire out of you, okay? So everybody, find a spot, get a partner. If it's 2 people, then you're gonna have another 2 people, and the other 2 people are gonna stand and they're gonna watch until someone breaks confidence. When you break confidence, you stop the battle, okay? You say, yo, it's done. When someone gets up like, right? Or like, when you know they had enough. This is the same thing in the streets. When 2 people are fighting in the streets, they're both like, you want some of this? Right? And they start fighting. And then one person looks like they had enough, you break up the fight. Okay, it's done. You had enough. Okay, you got it. Right, you won the fight. That's what you're supposed to be doing with breaking. Okay? So, does everyone understand what to do?
Yes.
Everybody get your partner, or play some music, and then I'm gonna count it down. 1, 2, 3, go! Hit the ground. Hey guys, one more thing. I want to teach one more piece of knowledge about the culture. Okay? So you guys know where breaking came from, right? Where hip hop came from?
New York. New York, bro.
New York, yeah, US. Okay? The US, there's a proper way to participate in hip hop culture. This is hip hop culture, right? It is hip hop culture. Everyone believes that. Like it's the breaking culture. There's a way that you're supposed to participate, right? When you're in the cypher and two people are battling, right, or throwing down, there's a way to give proper respect, right? And it's to make noise, right? Like make some noise. And there's a reason for that, okay? So let's say, for example, in hip hop, when you go to a concert, they're like, all right, y'all, make some noise. You're giving this props. Everyone's like, whoa, right? Because America has something that they're supposed to, they call freedom of speech. So you're allowed to say whatever you want, anytime, any place, whether it's stupid, right, or whatever, you're allowed to just say it. So in this circle, you have to kind of participate that way, right? If two people are battling, and he goes up to him and goes, oh, you have to go, ah, in your face, right? Because when you point out something he does, it makes the other person go, oh, you guys like that? Okay, I'm gonna show you. And this is how the battle really starts to become communication. But without you pointing things out, they don't know what to reply to. If he does a freeze and you go, whoa, you're not doing it to say, oh, good job. You're doing it to go, oh, what are you gonna do about that? Right? And that person does it. Does that make sense, guys?
Yep. Yes.
Okay? Don't be afraid to do that. This is part of hip hop culture. You have to teach the next generation to do the same. Otherwise, Ricky gets whacked, right? You know? So when you see me on the stage and I'm like hyped because I see someone do something, I'll go, whoa, Steph, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And then they do something crazy, I'm like, oh, what are you gonna do? I love that. I love the real battle, okay? Not fake battle, not performance competition, but real battles, right? Is that all like real battles?
Yes.
Okay, so we have to make it a real battle, okay? By the way we participate. So, everybody spread out. Two people, the partners are going against each other. Grab another two partners to help you break up the fight, or break up the battle. Do we have any music? If you don't want to battle later, you have to give props, right? Props is the currency of our culture, okay? So you have to always fist bump, shake hands after every battle. Okay, that's important. Okay, next thing that we're gonna do is I'm gonna teach you this thing called, another thing that I teach all my students when they're battling is triple go down. Okay, it's when you're doing competitions, right? You do a long round, and what happens? You ever find yourself like you're just fishing for moves? You're freestyling. You're like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Oh yeah, I remember a move. And then you do the move. Right? And then you go back down and you're trying to think, what else am I gonna do? Right? What this does is it wastes a lot of energy, right? And there's a thing called burnout, right? When you're throwing down and you burn yourself out, that means you have a threshold of your stamina, right? And once you burn past that threshold, your body shuts down. Your legs get heavy, right? You can't hit your moves anymore. It's kind of like when you overwork out and you rip your muscles. This actually happens to you while you're battling. Right? So you don't want to do that. So what you want to do though is you want to make your rounds seem long, right? Because why? Why do people want to make long rounds? Can anyone tell me? Why do you think a long round is important? Yeah, you feel like it's going to give you more points, right?
Show more content.
Round will get faded.
Yeah.
Opponent's round will get faded.
Yeah. So you feel like you have to do more, but more doesn't mean time, right? So just because you do a 2-minute round, but you don't do anything in it, it doesn't score you extra points, right? So there's a way to trick the judges into thinking you did more than one round, right? And it's called triple go down, okay? Triple go down means you hit the floor 3 times, right? But you don't want to top rock, footwork, do your move, get up, top rock, hit the floor, do footwork, do your move, get up, top rock, hit the ground. You're gonna be too tired and you're not getting extra points for doing this, okay? You only wanna do the right amount of things, you know? and finish really strong and solid and be impactful, right? So triple go down goes like this. According to Fates, triple go down goes, the first throwdown, you don't top rock. You don't do footwork, you hit the floor right away, right? Why? Why do you want to do that? Number one, it makes it look like you have confidence. You can't wait to get on the floor. Number two, the person does something amazing, everyone goes, oh, woo! It either shuts people up or it makes the crowd go even hyper, go even more crazy, okay? Number three, you want to respond to their move right away. Whatever the best thing they do, you want to hit the floor and show, oh, I got something just for that. You want to basically nullify. You guys know what the word nullify means? You want to nullify or you want to cancel out their best argument. So you hit the floor right away. If it's a freeze, you want to come in and do the same freeze, and then maybe drop into another freeze, get up, head spin, get up. Then you go to your second go down. The second go down now is about the foundation, right? So now you have to get up, you top rock, you feel the music, right? You connect with the audience, you connect with the crowd, right? Because you're getting the crowd to see your confidence. You're dancing with the music, and then you do your second go down. Hit the ground, you do your footwork, you do your style, you do all types of little things in there, and then when you're done, you finish your move, you get up and you do your stance, right? Solid stance like you're done. But that's where you add the last move. The third go down is one last move, one last strong enter, right? Boom, 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 bow! You hit a freeze, you get up again. What you just did, if you do this, you're actually, the judges and the people think you did 3 rounds. But you actually only did 1.5. You did 1 round with 2 extra moves, right? 2 extra moves. And now you're saving more energy. Now this works very well for a solo battle, right? It works very, very well, okay? So, but we're gonna all practice this together. So first, everyone come up with their first starter in their mind. How do you enter the dance floor? Right? Does everyone have one? Yeah. Okay, good. So you have your first starter. Okay, should we practice this starter? Let's start for starter. Let's split this into 2 facing each other. Okay? We're gonna practice bit by bit. Okay? So we're splitting it up. The first person will come in, and what I want you to do is you come in, you do your first move, whatever, straight to the floor, and then get up and top rock. Okay? Get up and top rock. Is that cool? You wanna go first? Okay, go. Go in. Yeah, good. Boom, boom. Is that it? That's just one little move only? Because it doesn't mean you have to just do that. You can do one little move, do some kind of like trick or whatever. Like it could be a combo. It doesn't have to be just one small move. But that works. Okay? So let's see one more time. Top rock. Good. Okay, let's dance. Do stance. Okay, next person. Let's see your entrance. Straight to the floor. Whoa, good. And then stance. Next. Third. Okay. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to do that. You want to just be able to get straight in, right? I guess you can if you want to, but you gotta, right? You have to kind of put like you have to come in with that energy. Okay. So go ahead. Next. Okay, good. Right? So that's an original go down. Okay, next. Go ahead. Boom. Top rock. Good. There we go. Awesome. Okay. So who's the one to go next? Go ahead. Good. Once they do the stance, the next person jump in. Okay, next person. There we go. Oh, there we go. Good. Yeah. Good. Next. Go. Hit the ground. Nice. Top rock. Good. Okay. Awesome.
आगे खड़ा हो जाने दो यार.
Next. Come on, let's go ahead. Good. Practicing the art of heel flippers. Good. Okay, so good. Get it? That's basically what a starter is. It's the first move that you do, but you hit the ground right away. Now the next thing that you're gonna do is when you get up, there's a way to get up and go back to top rock to make it look good. I'm gonna just show that there's many ways, but I'll do the old school way. right? When you stand up, do the spin, go back. Okay? It just looks more fresh, right? Like, you know, stand up, spin. And then what you're gonna do is this top rock is it's just a top rock, but you're gonna have to now connect to the music. Okay? So you spin, top rock, boom, then you're gonna listen to the beat. And then again, boom, right? To your whatever, and then freestyle, and then get up with a stance again, okay? That's the second part, okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Everyone? One by one. We're gonna try it, everyone gets to try it. If you wanna try it outside too, start from the ground, spin up, hard top rock, connect to the music. There's no music obviously, but pretend that you're trying to get to the music, because you have to show a connection to the music if you want to win the foundation judge, right? So if you only do this, you're not connecting to the music. You are dancing to the music, but I mean connecting with your heart, listening to it, feeling it, whatever it is, right? And then go back to top rock, hit the ground, and do the same thing on the floor. Connect to the music on the floor as well, right? Then do your move, because you have to show some foundation, you have to show some connection with the music. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So let's try that slowly, okay? So who wants to go first? Let's have go first. Start on the ground. He already did the first entrance.
Okay.
He already did the first starter. And so we're doing the second part now.
Okay, got it.
The second part is you're gonna get up,
Spin.
top rock.
Can you sit?
Yeah, you're just gonna get up. Go into your top rock. Spin up,
And
top
listen to
rock,
music.
connect to music. I'll do the beat for you, okay? Ready? Ready? So sit from the ground. 5, 6, 7, up and good. Good. Go down. Okay, good. So the second part, even though he did power, which is good, but the second part is where the foundation really takes place, right? So that's good. Your second go down was a power move, but you have to spend more time on the floor freestyling to the beat, okay? Freestyle more, and then finish on the stance with the beat, okay? You wanna try? Starting from the ground. Try the second. He already did an amazing starter. He blew it up, and he's gonna spin up in 5, 6, spin up and. Good. Okay. You could have spent more time. So the reason why I'm telling you to do it like this is because, have you ever heard the concept of storytelling? Yeah. Storytelling is you're bringing people through a journey, right? So when you're spinning up and you're going into this, you're getting everybody recognizing the pattern of this top rock, right? And then you switch, right? Now you're doing something different, right? It looks like more, but you haven't done anything yet, but it looks like you're doing more, right? Then, whatever, right? You're hitting the beat. Then you're gonna go into your footwork, whatever. It looks like you did a lot, right? And you haven't done anything, okay? Does that make sense? Next, who wants to try next? Go ahead, starting from the ground. You killed it. There. At least get a good 4, okay? Create the rhythm. I know that you want to get right into it, but you want to show a good transition from this into, right? You want to show a good transition, so you want to at least have 3 or 4, right? Before you change it, okay? Spinning up again. 5, 6, 7, and good. Good, that was right, okay? Very good, so he showed the foundation of it, and he showed different sections of it. Okay, does anyone else want to try? Anybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah, get in there, okay, good. So spinning up, you just did an amazing starter, you killed it, and you're getting up in 5, 6, 7, spin up. Good. Good, okay, good. So he's getting the foundation, good. The second part is just showing the foundation. Okay, so and the last part now is the final part. Now this is really important why that stance really matters. Because your stance has to sell everything, okay? Everything that you did before it, right? And then your last move is gonna be what sets you over the top, okay? So basically it's like this.
Your last move, right? Like from getting up to the foundation, you're gonna go longer usually, right? You go longer, you probably do a couple of moves in there, you probably do some power or whatever, but that part sets the foundation. So you're actually, against whoever you're battling, you're making it seem like that round and their round, you've matched it, right? The first throw down, you reply. The second go down, you match them. And then the third, then when you get up, you throw one more move. Now it tricks the judges into thinking you did more, right? But without that final solid stance at the end, they're gonna think it's gonna look like you're doing an extra thing because you knew what you did wasn't enough. So it's really important about that final stance, that stance, and then you go down again, okay? So for example, right, I'm like freestyling, and I get up, I'm like, huh, one more. Yeah. Whoa. Ah, right? We're like partying, like, woo, right? Like, you know what I mean? Okay? So, hitting the move from the stance, okay? So you gotta think of your last ender, a freeze, a chick, whatever it is. You might normally do it from footwork, but you gotta take your same move and you gotta start it from here without footwork, without anything, just from the stance, okay?
Does anyone have a move? You want to try this from the stance? One final move from a B-boy stance.
Let me check.
Who's got one? Let's go. Okay, so what I want you to do is start from the ground, and then I'm gonna go freestyle. He's gonna freestyle. Just a little bit forward. Freestyle 5, 6, 7, 8, and stance and hold it. Okay. When you hold the stance, just for your training purpose, you're gonna do a gesture. It could be like you hold the stance, or it could be like, whatever, right? Whatever it is, you're gonna add that extra gesture but while in the stance. And then you're gonna do the move, okay? So ready? He's gonna freestyle. And freestyle, quick freestyle, 5, 6, 7, no, wait. No. Freestyle 5, 6, 7, stance. Then
Gesture, and then one more move, okay?
it's gotta look like you just ended a round, okay? So, and freestyle, 5, 6, 7, 8, and Okay. That was kind of good, but did he hold the stance well enough? No, it didn't make it seem like he was like confident. Okay, that was good though. I like the move. That ending move is a good move. But the finishing up, stopping, getting everyone to believe that you're done, and then doing it, that takes practice. Okay, not easy. Okay, who wants to go? What's turn? Good. So freestyling and freestyle. Go on the ground. 5, 6, 7, and stance. Hold it. Good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. That is great. That is exactly what we're talking about. Okay. Anybody else? Everyone should try it. Anyone want to try it? Okay. You have your move in mind. Hold it stance. Okay. Okay. Here we go. And hit the floor. Go. Freestyle. Keep going. 5, 6, 7, and hop. Gesture and. Okay, all right, not bad. Okay. All right, who else? Let's have another person try. Go ahead. Okay, and forward. Let's go. Freestyle. 5, 6, 7, and up. Okay. Good. And that's an end. Okay, good. So, first let's start with everybody finding a spot. I want you to 1 minute to practice your start. Okay. 1 minute to practice your starter, then I'm gonna say, okay, you have 1 minute now to practice your second go down, right? Into the stance. And then you're gonna have a couple of minutes to practice the whole round, okay? With the end, okay? So just explain again. First go down, you hit the ground, you do whatever move it is, okay? Spin up, top rock, okay? Connect to the music, right? Go down, right? Footwork, freestyle, connect with the music again. Getting up on the stance. Gesture, one last move. Ah, okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, everyone practicing this perfect round. Okay, let's go.
I would come in, and you would get out, and then I would come in and whatever, okay?
Alright.
Right?
Connect
So the goal is that I'm not doing, he doesn't have to make up a brand new move. We're using a move that he already does, right? He already does this move. So all I have to do is figure out how he gets into it, and then when he does the move, I slide in and I come in at the same time. That could be anything. Does anybody have another move that ends like in a little pose or a bird or something? Does anybody have anything? Okay, what is there something?
Pause.
Okay. You're gonna spin 3 times and you're gonna hit that. Okay, can you do it facing that way?
Facing this way.
If you can nail it. Okay, that's hard.
It's hard because I'm not sure when you're gonna hit. Okay, go. Let's see yours. Okay. Okay, that's kind of good. Alright, so I can do some other things.
So, I can't really share that, but let's just say, you do it again. Right, so I'd come in like that. Then he would come out, and then I would go in, right?
So that's how you work together, right? So people are gonna be like, ooh, right? That's what you're making the audience think. Now you don't have to, most people they make a move, but it's whack. But that looks fresh on its own, right? It looks nice on its own. So when he finishes with the freeze or pose, then I come in and I try to catch at the same time. He gets out and I continue and I do the thing that he didn't do, right? So I might do a little bit extra move, get up, I do the second half, then I do the burn, and then one last ender, okay? That's how we work together. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, whoever does this, that's the best one with the full thing. The first person has to go in and try to reply. Get up, foundation, finish their move, the other person comes in, and that person continues, does a crazy thing, gets up with the stance, gesture, and one last move. Whoever does that, the whole thing together, team, both will get a shirt. Okay? Alright, let's go. We have a few minutes. Like literally 5 minutes. You have to be quick.